So what we're going to do is show you how to create a Google form from scratch. We're starting in Google Drive, and you want to click New in the upper left, and then go down to Forms and just click. I've always said the most important thing before you start a form is to figure out what questions you want to ask, or really what does the outcome matter. So you've got information, what are you going to do with it? And so if you are looking for shirt sizes, that's where you need to start working backwards from there. So I need to know what size shirt, your last name, then your first name, and your teacher's classroom, and maybe if you paid or not. And so then I can start building my form from there. This is going to be a demo form. We did a Camp Canvas this last summer. So if I was building a Google form for Camp Canvas, what I'm looking for is what did you think about the camp? Were you able to act upon anything you learned at camp? And then what do we need to do next time? So next time we have camp, do you have any recommendations? The form description here, instead of description, think directions. That's really important because sometimes you email it out or you tell people about the form and it's coming and it makes sense right now, but they go home and they forget about it. Or you send it to teachers and it's really clear in your mind, but when they open up the form, they're like, I don't know what to do with this. Now that I've entered my title and a short description, this is where I can start entering questions. If I just click, then it's going to open up this opportunity here to start building my question. It's always going to default, I think, to always multiple choice. If we hover here, you see you can add a picture if you want to. We can go over that another time. Down here, this is where I can duplicate the question. If I wrote a bad question, I can always delete it. This is really important. For example, if you're asking people to put in their first and last names, but you don't require it, this is something I can skip and submit. So if I click required, they're going to have to answer this question before they can submit it. Here's my first one, last name. And check it out. It automatically is going to indicate last name is probably going to be a short answer. So it's going to give a short box for a text. I'm going to click the plus to give me a new question. And I'm going to put first name. A lot of times what people do is just put in name, and then you'll have a first name, a last name. Things are kind of sometimes not put in, you'll not put in the order that you wish. So if I put in last name and then have another section for first name, this is going to be much easier when I need to sort and do something with the data. If I'm just asking 5 people, I'm not really going to need to put in a first name and last name. You could just put in name. But if, let's say, it's a whole school and you've got like 2,000 people in the school and you're looking for results, I really highly recommend put last name and then the first name. I'm going to require this one as well. The next one I want to do is going to be some check boxes. So I'm going to click plus, and then I have multiple choice. If I click that, I'm going to choose check boxes, because next I'm just going to ask them what their teaching assignment is. And if I just paste that in there, then I can add the teaching assignments here. And if I just click, it will allow me to enter a new one. Now that I've entered all of these for teaching assignment, there's probably a time I might miss something. So I'm just going to click add other. That's going to allow someone just to type in an answer. I could require this one also. I'm going to click the plus symbol. Now I want to do what's called a linear scale. So I'm going to add my question. If I click the question choice, I can choose linear scale. So that's going to give me from the lowest to the highest. So what I'm doing is just adding under the 1, it's going to say this camp was not useful. Under the 5, this is going to be super useful. And so the 2, 3, 4 are not going to have any text associated with it. But you can say, I'm going to choose a 2 where it's not terrible, but it's definitely not good. I could also require this if I wish. And as you notice, as I'm adding the requirements, you're going to get this little star at the end, which means these questions have to be answered. Checkboxes is going to allow me to go check. Let's say I'm early childhood and elementary, or I work at the middle and high school. I can check both of these. Let's say I just want them to check one box on a particular question. I'm going to click the plus to add a new question, and here is my new question. I'm going to choose multiple choice for this, so it forces them to choose just one of these options. I'm just going to choose other also, just to allow them to basically type in anything they want, and I can require this just like before. So now my quiz is ready to go, but I always recommend going up top, clicking the eyeball, and let's take a look at it. So does this look okay? So I would definitely read through everything to make sure this is exactly what I am looking for in responses so I can answer whatever my big question is. There's a few ways to email us out to the teachers, but one really easy way is I just click the eyeball, click this, and send them the link. And then they have the link. This will open up for them, and then they'll be able to start filling it out.